Fear is always present. It lives in us, and when it takes over our minds, we no longer own our being. Welcome to El Tupa. This story that I'm going to tell you, it is a clear example that good and evil are always present everywhere. My family come from Carmen, Nuevo León, and we have been living in Monterrey for years. We were a large family, so my father had work since he was 10 years old. He started in a stable very close to the city. As part of his work, he was milking the cows and then going to distribute the milk. The owner of the stable was an old man, very nice man, who always told my father stories of witches and demons as a way of teaching him a lesson, which my father did not understand due to his young age and because he spent all his time playing and doing things related to his age. But it will be his turn to experience terror, and he will realize that what the rangers told him was truth, and it will manifest itself in horrible and other macabre things. It will be around the month of December. The work increase, as well as the pilgrims from house to house carrying the baby Jesus in a manger for the prayers of the inns. The streets all decorated by the neighbors with joy. There were days that my father looked forward to because he had sweets and seasonal fruit. One day, my father asked permission to go to an inn, but they denied him permission. He claimed that he will bring a lot of sweets for him and his brothers, but even so, my grandparents said no. That these were not hours for a child other as old as he was, walking in the streets and asking for sweets in the houses. He really wanted to go to that party and bartered for cakes while drinking chocolate. His parents told him no, because despite the fact that at that time there were many pilgrims on the streets with the child God from house to house, the devil also appeared in the same streets. The character that the milkman told him so many times. But he thought it was just an invention to scare the children, so he didn't care. He wanted to go to that party. Annoyed and very bitter, he went to his room. While he was laying down, a bad thought came to him. He waited until everyone was asleep to be able to escape to the street. He climbed out of a window that had no protection. He arrived at the party, then enjoyed eating and breaking the piñata like everyone else. It was past midnight and everyone began to leave. He also did the same, and on the way he thought about how he would get back to the house. He began to walk through several lonely and dark streets. He suspected that he was lost because he couldn't find his house. He got to an alley, and as soon as he got in, he could see something a few meters away. It was a dog that hid very well in the darkness of the night, sitting, watching him, panting with his wet handle. He passed quickly, trying not to run. A few meters ahead, he felt the presence of something, turned around and realized that the dog is following him very slowly. The dog had a very bright look. They find him full of resentment. When my father thought that he was no longer following him, he will reappear from the front or to the side. Something strange that happened was that the more he looked at him, the more the dog grew in size. fear invaded him, and he couldn't take it anymore. He started to run very fast, and after a while, he realized that he was incredibly on his street. He was there all the time, but fear clouded everything. He began to knock on the door of his house desperately, while the beast kept advancing towards him. When they opened it, he entered shouting that a horrible dog was following him. When my grandpa saw my dad's face, he looked outside, and what he saw left him frozen. In it, there was an animal there that walked on its 2 hands' legs in a sinister way. It was huge, its eyes glowed in the dark with sharp teeth, and he said with a devilish voice, "I came for the child, give it to me." Then the man entering the house took a short cartridge shotgun and aimed at the beast, which obviously wasn't from this world at all. The sound of the shotgun was very loud, as well as the cry of the beast. Everyone in the house could hear how it ran with the head wound. The man was very nervous, and after catching his breath, he began to reprime my father. The following days were difficult. My father no longer wanted to go to work with the milkman and got really sick. He had post-traumatic stress. The old farmer went to visit him, and when he found out what happened, he decided to take my father to a lady to clean him up. When they did it with an egg, it came out very black, so they tried to clean my father in a different way with a ritual that involved a mineral stone. When after passing the stone all over his body, to throw it then into the fire to turn it into a coal. But they were surprised to see that the face of a demon was clearly drawn on it. My father recovered over the time, but not everyone is as lucky to get out of a situation like this, of meeting the devil and live to tell the story. Leave your comment down here, subscribe, and don't forget to like El Tupa.